You want to hire VAs for operating your business. They're very good at doing specific tasks, and I'll get into why. But in general, for these roles, you don't want to hire VAs. You want to be much more selective and look for much more experienced high level people. So the VAs, what are they actually perfect for? Well, they're very good for helping you operate your e-commerce and digital marketing business. They're great for task related roles. So if they have a specific task like editing videos, designing graphics, designing websites, um, managing specific things like reaching out to content creators, managing your CRM for custom content, your CRM for your phone sales, the email marketing, they can really help with the system side of things and the task related stuff. They're a fantastic low cost and efficient option because one, they work very hard. They have a great work ethic. Their attitude is generally pretty positive. Their cost of living is less because they're generally international, right, in the Philippines. So you can give them a great salary for them without really, harming your own business. And they're very coachable and there's very little headache in training them and hiring them, etc. And also keep in mind they tend to be very experienced, especially in the Philippines, because most of the VA economy has been in the Philippines and in Asia. So a lot of these VAs have years of experience in editing, email management, social media management, anything related to e-commerce, suppliers, fulfillment, etc. So they can bring skills and as well as new ideas and concepts. If you're doing a good job hiring and getting high quality people, they can bring new ideas and concepts and be a big value add for your business. So this is kind of what the hiring funnel looks like, right? We want to create a funnel. We don't want to just put a job post out there and read people's resumes and interview people. We want to have an actual comprehensive funnel that makes sure that we filter down to the best of the best. So the top of the funnel is going to be onlinejobs.ph. This is how we're going to fill the top of the funnel with people. Okay. When we're looking for VAs, onlinejobs.ph is a great marketplace. Then we want to create a job post. If you'd like our job post template and you want to use it to hire your own, then just DM me on Instagram. My Instagram is in the description and I can share it there. I can DM it to you. We want to treat the job post as the top of the funnel. We don't want to do a ton of filtering here. We don't want to add a ton of friction because we're going to get less applicants. Ideally, we want the job post to fill the top of the funnel with people, and then the rest of the funnel will qualify them and filter them. And we don't want to tell them to do sample tasks or make it hard for them to apply. We want to make it easy for them to apply and get that initial commitment. The only thing we want to do is to make sure that they're not applying with a bot. And even this is like, because the bots are so advanced, even this might not be working these days. But in general, you want to give them some kind of little task or a word to repeat in their application just to make sure that they're not mass applying to jobs. Okay, that's the only thing I would add. But other than that, you just want to have a clear job post that's engaging to them and interesting to them because, right, we're capturing attention here. It's the top of the funnel. And then we want to bring them into our funnel, and that's where we'll qualify them. So in the middle of the funnel, they apply again through online jobs. And then we're going to create a Google form with the actual application. The reason for this is because we want everything streamlined. We want everyone to apply in our way. So when they apply for the job post, some people will send their resume. Some people will send a Loom video. Some people will send, just a text application. We want everything standardized and simple so that we can put it into our Google CRM. I'll show you that in the next slide. So in general, we want to use a Google form with standardized questions. We want to ask role specific questions. So for the video editor, what platform do you use? Just kind of gauge their experience. How long does it take you to make a video that's 5 minutes long, whatever. And then we want to ask them for a task here. It can be very simple. Again, if you were taking a video editor as an example, we give them the resources to make a quick 30-second example video, give them the script, give them a sample to take a look at. If they're customer service, tell them to film a Loom video and respond to a couple customer issues so that we can gauge their English proficiency and their general attitude and energy levels. This is all stage 2, again, kind of the middle of the funnel. First is the online jobs post that we fill up with people to get as many applicants as possible, because the more applicants you get, the more, once you filter down to the bottom of the funnel, the higher quality the final result will be. Then we have our Google form, which is the middle of the funnel. This is where we can go more in depth, give them the sample tasks, and now they have already committed to the application process, and they're much more likely to give their all in the sample task, to put in the effort to fill out the questions. Whereas if you had put all of these sample tasks and friction in the top of the funnel, you'd get far fewer applicants. Some examples of things we want to ask on the Google form are their contact info, their Skype. I like to use Skype to reach out to them because that works for everyone, especially the VAs, the years of experience they have in their position, and then some role specific questions, as I mentioned. And the way we get them to fill out this Google form is that we send them a short message. We can copy and paste this to everybody. We can say something like, "Thank you for applying. I'm interested in your experience." Or something better than that. Thank you for applying. I'm interested. I'd like to speak more to you. Please fill out this form so that we can learn a little bit more about you, and then we can get in touch. Okay. And then we don't want to look at applications on online jobs again because it's so tedious. Because there's so many different ways that they apply, it's just going to be a headache. We want to filter that down. So again, we're using that only to get them to buy in and to commit. And then we funnel them into our Google form where we can ask comprehensive, standardized questions. So the funnel is bigger, and then the structure is easier to digest and standardize for when we actually want to see who we want to hire. This ultimately gives you more applications, and it's easier to handle. It's easier for them to apply and for them to handle the application process on online jobs, meaning we fill the funnel with more people with the same amount of work, and then we have commitment from them to come deeper into the funnel. So the CRM is going to be a Google Sheet in general. This is the easiest way to manage it. Keep this simple, especially if you have an operations manager managing all of this. Keep this simple and straightforward, and have a Google Sheet where you can easily sort and filter by key questions. For example, you can ask in the Google form, and the Google form will just funnel straight into the sheet. So you'll have your columns for each question and then the answers that they had. So if you want to search by years of experience, you could sort, highest to lowest. If you want to sort by can you work full time, you can immediately filter out the people that can't work full time. So anything that's related to people and management and that they're going to be interacting with either customers or others in the business, you want them to film a Loom video and see how they are, one, their English speaking skills, two, their attitude and their energy, and then their intelligence and proficiency in their role. If someone is confident talking about their experience, in general, this is a good sign. Oftentimes, people who are confident talking about their experience know what they're doing. Sometimes they don't, and they're just good at presenting. But we'll get to that in the bottom of the funnel. This is going to save you a ton of time. If you're going to do 30-minute interviews back to back with everybody, we used to do this, and 5 minutes in, you'll know if this person has the capacity to fulfill that role in the way that you're looking for. So rather than sitting through a 30-minute interview when you already know that this person is not going to be a good fit, have them film a Loom video, and then you can watch them on 2x speed and really get a gauge of them. The Google form, as I said, it automatically goes into the Google Sheet CRM, and we also have them submit their resume. And we start with the Loom video, and if we like their kind of attitude and it feels right, so they have the intelligence, the English skills, the experience, then we can go deeper into their resume and their application. But if you start with the resume, it's not going to give you it's going to take a lot longer, and you're not going to get to the actual meat and potatoes of who this person is until you see that video that they submit. So remember, online jobs, top of funnel, Google form, middle of funnel, and now we're getting to the bottom of funnel, which is going to be 2 rounds of interviews. It's going to be one short interview. It's going to be 15 minutes long, and we just want to get to know them and get a feel for them. So we want to talk to them. It doesn't have to be all business related. We can ask them more personal questions, more character related questions. If we like them after this, then we're going to set up a 1-hour interview that's going to be technical, and it's going to be asking task-specific questions. So we're going to give them questions related to if they're a customer service rep, what would you do in this situation if a customer is asking for this type of refund? This is our policy. You have to decide this. Or if you're getting these types of messages about a product issue, how would you bring this to your manager, etc. We want to record these interviews and share them with our team for feedback, because often they have really good feedback. VAs can give great critique on other VAs because they know kind of the ins and outs of that industry. So they can tell you when someone is bullshitting. They can tell you when someone is legitimately a great fit. And also, we want to show these videos to the people that they're going to be working with. So we definitely want our customer service manager to see all the videos related to customer service reps, because if someone's going to be working with someone, we want them to have input in the hiring process. Let's continue. So the last thing you're going to want to figure out is how to know if they're a right fit. You don't want to bring someone on full time and give them this big commitment right after the second interview. What we want to do is we want to do a trial period, and we want to be very upfront with this. One, this will be a paid trial period. They're going to be getting paid full compensation, so they're not losing out on anything. It's not like they have to do an internship. The trial period is just for the fact that it's a short-term commitment. So they don't need to commit to 6 months, and we don't need to commit to bringing them on for 6 months or a year. We can say we'll do 30 or 60 days, depending on the role, and we're going to have you on board. We're going to you're going to meet the team. You're going to work together with people. You're going to start doing tasks. You're going to be getting paid full time, and you're going to hire 2 people generally for 1 role. This is going to make it much faster, especially as you grow. If you put all of this effort and you get 1 person, and then they turn out not to be a good fit after 20 or 30 days, that's going to be a headache, and you're going to have to do this entire process again. So if you hire two people, it's very likely that one of them will be able to, you know, be a good fit, even if the other is not. And one thing to keep in mind is that VAs are often very good at presenting themselves because, as I mentioned, it's a funnel for us and it's also a funnel for them. They want to get to the bottom of the funnel. So they're often very good at putting together resumes, Loom videos, presenting themselves. And then once they start full time, they fall apart. This has happened many times in my business. And the way to get around this is, one, kind of your gut instinct. Once you've done a lot of these interviews, a lot of hiring, you'll be able to tell who is really about it and who really has the experience and the capacity to work at a high performance level and who's not. So you want to set a clear expectation for the trial period so there's no confusion. Hey, we're going to work together with you. We want to bring you on for the next 60 days. You're going to work directly with our team, with our XYZ manager. You're going to be getting paid full time for your role. If it doesn't work out, you'll have, a high performance big e-commerce company on your resume. But if it does work out, you'll be able to come on full time, and then there's tons of opportunities down the line. So that's generally a summary of our hiring process for hiring VAs. Again, very good for operations, for back-end stuff, for tasks, for very specific roles. When it comes to more creative roles like media buying, copywriting, and offer selection, you do want to have someone that's generally not a VA, because these are your revenue generating roles. They're very high leverage, and it's worthwhile to really hire someone super high quality for those. So thank you very much for watching. In the description, you'll find my swipe file where I have tons of VSL ads, advertorials, and brands to swipe from. I used VSLs and advertorials and this type of system for hiring for my operations to build my e-commerce business, generated over $10 million in sales, and sold 2 brands. If you want more information on actually how to apply this stuff and more in-depth resources, you can also check the description for that. I do have a private community, and my social medias, as I mentioned. If you want some of these SOPs, just DM me on Instagram and I can help you out. Peace out. I wish you a wonderful day. Take it easy, my friend. Adios.